Okay,
Hello,
I'm
everyone.
the one they're taking care of.
Yeah,
I talk.
I like it. I'll introduce you. That's Miss Thelma. I'm Sarah Diaz. I'm the ops director here at Homewatch CareGivers of Billings, Montana. I'll let everyone go around and introduce themselves because we have two other guests on here that we don't get to see all that often.
Sure. I'm LJ DeRamos. I'm part of the products team here at the Franchise Support Center for Homewatch Caregivers. So super excited to talk with Thelma and Kip about their experience with Homewatch Connect so far.
And I'm Chris Boyd. I work for the home site team. We made the camera that we're using today.
And I introduced Thelma, but if Kip, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm the mama, but I can pretty well take care of myself.
Yes.
But when this group came around, I thought, okay, we'll do this. So,
yes.
It's about 15 seconds to sign up.
Oh, 15 seconds. Yeah. So Thelma, she's here in Billings, Montana. Her son is Kip. He lives in Florida, so just a little far away, not much. So he was actually there when we did our consultation to be able to meet Thelma, introduce ourselves, and the Homewatch Connect unit. It was definitely, from our perspective, a perfect fit for her and the kind of lifestyle that she wants to continue living. And then it was really great because Kip lives in Florida, and even her other son, Kevin, who lives in, well, I guess technically not in town, but he's still in Montana. He's in Billings. But, you know, with the weather and everything, how things can get here, he can be about a 30-minute drive away. So the Homewatch Connect has been something that Thelma utilizes a lot. And Kip, you want to jump in and share about the Homewatch Connect unit, how you guys use it to...
Yeah, no, it's a big comfort. Again, you guys have just been above and beyond, Sarah, you and your dad. Mom got her head cut on the counter, and Miss Sarah comes over and she says, "Come on, Thelma, we're going to the clinic." Mom says, "No, I don't need to." She said, "Thelma, we're going." And so it was just really a comfort for me being that far away, and also for my brother. He's about a half hour away, knowing that she's in good hands if something would happen. And we thought that she was going to go into independent care last year, or independent living, not care. And then she decided that she wanted to stay home, which I don't blame her, but we decided that we had to at least have something coming on board so it would help us and her if something would happen. And this has just been the perfect fit.
I just want to sneak in there. Sarah says, "I ain't leaving here without you." When she took me to the clinic.
Yes,
So
that
she
was a
learned how to
fun...
tell her.
Yeah, that was a fun day. I got to really see a side of Thelma that maybe I didn't know about before. So yeah, we get to do our virtual calls with Thelma on Mondays and Fridays. She has a caregiver that comes into the home on Wednesdays. And she knows she can call us anytime on the Homewatch Connect unit. Yeah, and then she uses it to call other family members and friends. Thelma, you want to share about when you called your friends down in Mexico? Was that nice to see them?
Well, it's fun to be able to look at them and talk instead of wondering. Of course, now I always have to be up and dressed and looking good, get my makeup on before I do that. But I haven't done a lot because I'll call a cousin in California maybe later.
She does add people to it. When she remembers, she'll get their information and we'll get them on there. It was good, I know, for her to talk to her friends that live down in Mexico only half the year, which is probably smart living up here in Billings, Montana. And then she uses it to call us if she ever has questions. And actually, the day that Thelma's talking about when she bumped her head, actually Kip used the app to call me. so we were able to like FaceTime each other and talk about what had happened, and that was nice. I didn't even know that Kip could do that. So for me, I was like, oh, how am I getting a call from Kip when it was crazy, but it was good. I was glad to be able to see him, and then I think probably relief for him to see that like we were okay, and I'd already dropped her back off. She was in good hands.
Yeah, I was gonna add. So I know right now, Thelma, you're scheduling a lot of the calls through the camera, but for Kip and any other family members, they can always take advantage of the mobile application as well. So if they're kind of on the go or need something a little bit more convenient, there is that mobile version that you can use. So you don't have to just use a desktop or a laptop to join the web portal like we're doing right now. So you have that flexibility.
Oh, so
And then-
how many could I get on at the same time?
So the max is 10 people, including yourself at the
10 people.
moment.
Okay,
hmm
thank you.
I think you could easily do that.
Yeah. I think so too.
She'd easily have 10 people on a call with her. Okay, so those are good questions. And then I know, Thelma, I think I talked to you about this or sent you an email, but the photo sharing is coming soon. And I know that's something that Miss Thelma's definitely looking forward to.
Yeah, we're really excited about
Yeah.
that too. So any of the trusted contacts and family members, they'll be able to take the photos from their mobile device and then upload it through the home site mobile application. And then that will be available on the television for Thelma and any other client using Homewatch Connect. So definitely another engagement and interactive feature that we're looking forward to.
That's neat. I like that.
Yeah, she's excited for that one. She's been asking. She remembered. I was like, oh, I need to follow up on that. Okay, any other input you guys want to add? Any questions that you maybe want to ask to Thelma or Kip?
Just real quick, besides the use from a social standpoint, and then in case of any emergencies like the incident that we talked about, are the reminders helping out with the care delivery in terms of medication or any errands around the house? I was just curious about that.
That helped. Because I sometimes think, well, I think I took my medicine, but I better check it. And it does help to. have
Well,
those
then last night, she said, oh, I'm gonna get a reminder here pretty quick about my garage door, so
There it was.
those things really do help. That's good for her.
That's great to hear that extra confirmation and just double checking that everything is comfortable and ready at the house. So good to hear.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
and those are good too because she's so independent. She really just needs sometimes that little nudge to be like, oh yeah, let me go check that. And then she's right back to rocking and rolling for her night or whatever else she was going to do.
Yep. And then if you always wanted, Kip, you and anyone else from the mobile app, as well as the web portal, you also have the option to send a message notification too. So those reminders right now, they're already scheduled, but if you just want to send another notification or just reminder on top of that, you can send that ad hoc message. They have that feature too.
Oh, and it'll come up on the screen like the others have been?
Exactly, yeah.
So
That
when
one
she
is
okay,
pretty cool.
that's good to know, because maybe we could use that, and then we would use this more. I could message her and say, hey, in a half hour, I'm gonna give you a call or whatever, and then make sure she's in here.
exactly.
That'd be
Yeah,
a good
that'd be a
idea.
great way to use it.
That or it
Like
gives
that?
her a half hour to get out of the house.
That's right. Let's say, don't call me.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
like, I'm
well,
not here, don't bother.
If I'm gonna leave for somewhere earlier on the days that they call, I'll call them and tell them that I'm okay and that I'm going to such a place. So
Yes, she's
it
very
all
good at
works
that.
out great.
And then just one more question for Sarah and also Kip. In terms of I know you guys are taking advantage of the environmental sensor. Is that something that, Kip, you find yourself looking at? And then if that has provided you any additional peace of mind with your mom's care as well?
I have not looked at it. I have, just when I was talking to her is the only time I've looked at that. I have not, to be honest, I just haven't used it. I guess it's more peace of mind for me. I can kind of tell talking to her on the phone. We talk a couple times a week. I can kind of tell her moods or what's going on, and I guess that's probably why I haven't used it more, but.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a caregiver
that-
office standpoint.
Yeah, I was going
Right.
to say from our perspective, we check it, you know, usually in the morning and then in the afternoon before we go home. On the weekends, I just log in to make sure that I see movement for her. There's actually a bit of a, can I tell them about the stairs, Thelma?
I don't care. Go ahead.
All right. So she has these stairs that no one wants her going down. And then I guess there was the other son and daughter-in-law that were moving the sensors to try to catch her going down the stairs. And it was like a whole funny thing. And we were like, hey, where we have the sensor, we can see her moving in and out of the hallway. We couldn't tell if she's going up or down the stairs, but at least we know if there's like movement and movement stops, right? So we can kind of gauge that. So I always check just both the sensors to see, you know, the one on the camera and then the individual one to see, has she been moving around? Where has she been more active at? Because like you said, a lot of times she is on her computer. So, and we know that that's how she wins her lotteries. I'm just kidding. But we know that she's in and out. So it's good for us to check that and just know. So that was the whole fiasco with the sensor, and her other kids are trying to put it down the stairs and all these things. I said, unfortunately, Thelma's smart enough to know if there's a sensor at the bottom of the stairs, she's just going to turn it around. So we know that it can check and see down that hallway. And so yeah, from like our perspective of being able to check up on her and just have those extra care touch points, it's nice. I also like being able to know whether her house is getting too hot or too cold. I know she likes it toasty in there, but it's good for us to check those things, especially like we just had -degree weather, to make sure, yeah, her house is still at a comfortable temperature, so everything's working fine.
Okay, that's great. And yeah, I definitely think each client is different. So of course, you know, you're going to have to make sure you're adjusting accordingly, but at least the office and then the caregivers, when they do have the direct care visits, they know what the client is most comfortable with. So that's great to hear.
We loved being able to check the sensors for the past week. I would also really love to be able to see a month view at a time, so I can really like watch patterns. Like I know this past week Thelma was staying up late, so I would be curious to know if it was the whole month or if she's just gone a little wild this past week.
Yeah, we can definitely note that down.
The more info, the better for us at
Definitely.
least.
Yeah.
So you just track me all over the house.
See?
Yeah, well, someone's
I
got
wonder-
it.
Well, you notice that when I go by the stairs that I stay close to the hutch, so if I did trip, I wouldn't go down the stairs.
I can just imagine Thelma, like, you know, shuffling through her house to try to miss the sensors. How she knows, yeah. So yeah, do you guys have other questions?
I think I'm good.
Can't think of it.
Is there anything you guys, like Kip, or even just from Kevin's perspective too, that you guys would want added or changed with the Homewatch Connect unit?
I don't know of anything, Sarah. I really don't. It's
All right, well,
it's easy for her to use. And she did. She answered this one all by herself and had it all figured out. So it's very easy to use. I think that's a big plus.
Yeah, most mornings she's waiting for me. She's already gotten on the call and just sitting there drinking her coffee, like, what, why?
When is this virtual visit?
Yeah, she's ready. And one time I even called her early and she was like, she clicked on, answered it so fast. I was like, all right, I guess you were really ready for me.